you should ask for an upgrade or what have you. Basically make the door now fit with smoke seals. Therefore, the risk assessor should consider recommending smoke seals. As you can see here, these smoke seals here, they're like little brushes. You'll notice them on the door, like little brushes, and they're cold smoke seals. It stops cold smoke getting through. Now, they can be retrofitted if the risk requires it, especially in areas such as dead ends or high-risk areas. So if you've got real concerns about it, you might want to recommend it to fit smoke seals. Fire door formats. Let's look at the available formats that fire doors come in. There's three real formats that they can come in. There's door sets, you've got assemblies and door leaves. Now a door set will comprise of a door leaf or leaves with the frame and all the hardware, seals and glazing. So it comes as a whole set, comes as a whole tested unit to an approved standard. Door assemblies, now these are created by another company that buys the door from the supplier and then buys in the correct components. So they fit in the seal, frame and hardware and they create a door set themselves. So door assemblies, they've created them, but they've bought in the door separately. Now door leaves, finally you've got a door leaf. Now this is the most common way. Manufacturers make the doors and sell them separate to the door hardware. The problem is that these doors are then altered by fitting frames, glass, which makes them a door set. The problem is they're altering the door leaves. So they're actually tampering with all the door. And if it's fire door's been tested, you start tampering with it, cutting it up and whatever to make it fit. So these type are not really ideal. Door leaves are not ideal. You've got to make sure that it's the whole assembly that works. But they are the three formats that fire doors come in. Now, I want to again look at the issues that you must consider with fire doors. There are a number of issues that must be satisfied for a fire door. First of all, it must have fire resistance when tested to BS 476. Secondly, all fire doors should be fitted with self-closers, except there's a few exceptions like cupboards or service ducts and fire doors within flats. Now, I would like to point out that all rolling shutters should be capable of being opened and closed manually for firefighting purposes where fitted. The next one, C, where self-closers may cause a hindrance, they may be held open by, you've got fusible links, however, unless protecting means of escape. So if it's a fire door protecting a means of escape, it can't just have fusible links, it's got to have something else. It can have an automatic release mechanism actuated by a detector and alarm system, or it might have a door closure delay device. In other words, it goes off after a certain time. Another thing, you can have two fire doors in line and add their fire resistance. So two 30-minute doors will give 1 hour's fire resistance. You just add them up, which is common sense. Another rule, no more than 25% of the length of a compartment wall can be fire doors. In other words, it's got to be at least 75% wall. So if you've got a wall 10 metres, at least 7.5 metres minimum must be compartment wall. You can't have a load of doors all the way down. The next issue. Roller shutter doors across a means of escape should only be released by a heat sensor such as a fusible link or electric heat detector. And this is to give people time to get out. I've had some fire shutters, the alarm's gone off, it starts to come down, people haven't got time to get out. That's why at least it's got to have this link so at least time people get out if it's a fire shutter. And the only time the roller shutters can operate by smoke detectors if they're going down partially to put a smoke reservoir. So if you've got roller shutters, if it's means of escape, it can't be linked to the fire alarm to go all the way down because it can trap people. If you've got roller shutters for making a smoke curtain, they can, as long as they only go down to maintain the smoke curtain, for example, in a shopping centre. And as I mentioned before, the hinge should have a melting point of at least 800 degrees. They're the sort of things, a bit of a rules with the fire doors that you should remember. What's the function of a fire door? This is a good question. What actually is the primary functions of a fire door? Well, there's two main ones. There's two main functions of a fire door. And the first one is it prevents the spread of fire and smoke. And secondly, ensures the means of escape are available for people using the building. That's the two summary. They're the functions of fire doors.